Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Welcome to McKinney Bhakti Vriksha. So we shall start with Jai Radha Madhav. Namah Vishnupadaya
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami
Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Narine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashata Vishatarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prataharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashtarisharini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Kunja Bihari O Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Yamuna Tiravanachari Madhava Kunja Bihari O Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Jai Om Vishnu Padam Saprivrajacharya Stotra Satoshi AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
You tell us from second. Jai Om Vishnu Padam
Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Satoshi Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai.
Jai. Let parts.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Namacharya ki Jai.
Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Pray Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Asadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Radha Krishna
Gopinath Shama Kundarada Kundagaur Git Godhan ki
Jai.
Jai.
Vrinda
Navandam Tanchi
ki Jai.
Nam Ki Jai.
Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi
ki Jai.
Bhakti ki Jai.
Brihat Vedanga Ki Jai.
Samaveda Bhakti ki Jai. Gaur Premanande
Hare Bol.
all words to assemble devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All words to assemble devotees. Hare
Krishna.
all glories to devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakaya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna everybody. Hare Bol. Okay, so we have a lot of devotees here today. We have Renuka Abhinav Prabhu, Mummy is here, Vivan and Partha here, and Adya and team are there. Okay, very cool. So last class we were reading from chapter 7, and in chapter 7, so far what we have learned is that Krishna has explained to us that the most important thing is surrender to Krishna, right? Then he is explaining who are the 4 people who do not surrender, and there are 4 pious people who render service. And Krishna also explains of The four, the one who is in full knowledge and he's always engaged in pure devotional service, that person is the best. Why is he the best? For I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. Right? You can put your clip here. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So now we are going to read about all these devotees, though, are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. So we are going to read about that from text 18. Okay, so let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bolo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So we'll start with verse 18. Who would like to start? Would you like to start?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll read the translation.
I'll read the translation. I'll read the
I'll read
Udara
translation.
sarva evete
Udara sarva evete.
jnanitva atmaive matam
Jnanitam atmane vetam.
ashtita sahi yuktatma.
Ashtita sahi yuktatam.
One more time. Astita sahi yuktatma.
Ashtita sa yuktaha.
Try again, but it's not clear. Ashtita
Astita
sahi yuktatma.
yuktatma.
Yuktatma
Yuktatma.
mam evanutam mam gatim.
Mam evatam mam gatim.
Okay, translation. Okay, Parth, you can read the translation. Bhaiya can read the thought.
All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous.
What is magnanimous?
What do you think magnanimous means?
Like large.
Like good?
Yes, exactly.
Pure.
So
Like,
magnanimous.
no, yeah, pure is the right
Sincere.
word. Pure is the right
So
word.
magnanimous is actually somebody who is generous or forgiving, especially
pure.
towards a rival or less powerful person.
Pure.
Pure, yes. So they're undoubtedly magnanimous.
Magnanimous souls.
Magnanimous. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They're very forgiving, very
Undoubtedly
generous. Okay.
magnanimous souls.
But
But he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal.
okay, what did you understand with that?
I think I understood.
Wait, I'm asking Parth.
Oh, what you're
No, I'm asking Parth. What did you understand, Parth?
I understood all these devotees who are kind souls.
So which devotees is Krishna talking about here? All these devotees, which devotees?
All the devotees who are the
Four devotees,
four
right?
devotees, right?
So if you go back to 16, oh best among Bharatas, four kinds of pious men. They begin to render devotional service, right? Who are the four people? The distressed, the desirer of wealth, the
The
inquisitive.
inquisitive and the people who are searching for the absolute.
Correct. Of all these devotees, they are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. So all these four are magnanimous, okay,
So who is
forgiving.
situated?
Yeah, but who is situated in me? That person is the highest, right?
Highest,
and the
And
most
it's sure
perfect.
to attain.
Correct. Okay. Do you understand that now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Let's read the purport.
Okay, it is not that devotees who are less complete in knowledge are not equal to Lord. It is not. The Lord says that all are magnanimous, because anyone who comes to the Lord for any purpose is called a Mahatma or great soul. The devotees who want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted by the Lord because there's an exchange of affection. Okay. Out of affection, they ask the Lord for some material benefit.
See, this is a very important point, right? Which Srila Prabhupada is saying. So the first, Krishna actually says, he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self, right? In the translation.
Yeah.
Right? However, Srila Prabhupada is making this the first point. It is not devotees who are less complete in knowledge are not dear to the Lord. That is not the point which Krishna is saying here. The Lord is saying that all are magnanimous because whoever comes to Krishna for any purpose is a Mahatma or a great soul. Right? So all these four people are great souls, correct? Okay.
The devotees who want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted by the Lord because there's like exchange of affection. Out of affection, they ask the Lord for some material benefit. When they get it, they become so satisfied they also advance in devotional service. But the devotee in full knowledge is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord with love and devotion. Such a devotee cannot live a second without contacting or serving the Supreme Lord. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is very fond of his devotee and cannot be separated from him.
What do you understand?
So basically, the first point how you mentioned was that all souls, all of these four are magnanimous because anyone who comes to the Lord for any reason is a Mahatma.
Correct.
And the devotees who want some benefit, so material benefit, are accepted by the Lord because there's love, because there's still affection. So the person who's going to the Lord for, like, let's say money or food or something like that, they go to Krishna and then they ask for money or food. Then they're serving him very dearly, and that's why they're accepted by the Lord. And okay.
But there is some material, they want something back.
Okay, yeah.
But the devotee who is in full knowledge, why is that different? Okay.
So
no, I was asking the question.
Oh.
So why is the devotee in full knowledge considered dear?
Because his only purpose is to serve the Lord and not like want something back for it. He's just serving him because he just has a lot of love.
Correct. So a question for Bhakti Priya Mataji. Are you listening, Mataji? All right.
Hare
so
Krishna. Yeah.
Give us a verse. Give us a verse for this, Mataji.
Give us what?
Give us a verse where we can give Shastric evidence about this.
Like about pure devotee or
Yes.
why?
Why full knowledge? Like somebody who is serving the Lord with only purpose of serving the Lord.
It's not that.
I'm not able to remember now.
Anya Bilashta Shunyam.
Jnana karma indriya. Tarvata.
Anya Bilashta Shunyam Jnana.
Jnana karmendriya. I forgot.
Okay, yeah.
Krishna
Shilanam Bhakti Uttam. So basically this is a verse. Yeah, this is a verse in Nectar of Devotion. And in Nectar of Devotion, Krishna is explaining that somebody whose only reason is that we want to serve Krishna with love and devotion with no material benefit, that person, Krishna is fully dear, right? That person is dear. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Literally says the devotees are always in my heart. Well, can you read the Sanskrit or should I just go?
You can go.
Okay. So the devotees are always in my heart, and I'm always in the hearts of the devotees. The devotee does not know anything beyond me, and I can also never forget the devotee. There's an intimate relationship between me and the pure devotees. Pure devotees in full knowledge are never out of spiritual touch, and therefore they're very much dear to me.
Got it? We understand so far why the devotee is most dear to Krishna part?
The devotee is most dear to Krishna because
First question is, which devotee is most dear to Krishna?
the devotee who does not want anything back.
Correct. And why?
Because if you want something back, then you're just serving for material purposes, not for devotional purposes.
Correct answer. Okay. All right. So any questions on this one?
No.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Mm.
Okay, 19. Let's have Renuka Mataji and Athena Prabhu read. So I'll read the Sanskrit. Bahunam janmanam ante
Bahunam Janman
janavam mam prapadyate
Yanavan Mam Prapadyate
Vasudeva sarvamiti
Vasudeva Sarvamati
Samahatma sadurlabha.
Samahatma Sadurlabha.
So this is an important one, right? Samahatma sudurlabha. Sudurlabha is very rare to see.
Great soul.
Which person is very rare to see? This great soul. Who is this great soul who actually surrenders to Krishna? So let us read the translation.
A change of 790.
After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare.
Yeah. तो क्या समझे प्रभु जी इससे?
Sarv Karan Karanam, Prabhuji. The one who understands that Lord Krishna is the cause of all causes is a very rare soul, and he's also very dear to Krishna.
So there are two things, right, which we need to understand here. One is somebody who has knowledge. Okay. So now by reading, we all have this knowledge. And Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. All the opulences are coming from him, right? So does that mean we are all great souls now? And we are very rare great souls?
Now we actually have to also surrender.
So, okay, surrender. Okay. So now, how does that happen?
So we,
Like I'm trying for us to, question this. Like, see, Krishna here is saying that somebody who actually knows this in knowledge surrenders onto me. So we know this knowledge, right? Why have we not surrendered completely?
because we are
I'm asking.
souls. So we are conditioned souls. We are materially driven. We have these material desires, and as a sum of all of that, we have not surrendered unto Krishna.
Correct. And then once we surrender, what happens?
We become a great soul.
Yes. So what happens is, correct, Prabhuji. And the way this happens is, by reading, we have got knowledge. But when we actually surrender and we follow this devotional practice, then this knowledge becomes realized knowledge. We are able to then realize in ourselves, we are able to then realize that, oh, I am actually not this body, I am the soul. Right now, we just have the knowledge that we are the soul, not this body. But we have not realized it. And because we have not been able to realize that, there are so many things which, we keep continuing, to do. So,
like my house, things like
correct. Yes, my house, my kids, my phone, my everything. My tooth. Yeah. Right? So that's the point. Okay. So let's read the purport.
No.
The living entity, while executing devotional service or transcendental rituals after many, many births, may actually be situated in transcendental pure knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of spiritual realization. In the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. But when one is further advanced, he can understand that there are activities in spiritual life, and these activities constitute devotional service.
Okay, let's stop here. So here, yes, Parth, you have a question?
I was thought we had to change something.
Change what page?
Like from the last
Leave, we're focusing here. Okay, Parth, I'm going to ask you questions if you're not focusing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Did you hear what we said? Okay, so again, we're going to read in the beginning of spiritual realization. So we're all beginning, right? While one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. But
So
when
like some people?
when one is further advanced, he can understand that there are activities in spiritual life and that these activities constitute devotional service. So the question is, what are some activities which are devotional service?
in the I
Okay,
see.
let's ask Parth.
DT
DT worship.
DT
Okay, good job.
worship, chanting.
One. Parth, Vivan.
Chanting?
Correct. Okay. Abhinav Prabhu.
Prabhuji, offering.
Offering prasad. Yes, correct. Offering bhoga. That is correct. Okay. Yes, Parth.
Doing abhishek.
Doing abhishek. Yes. So we come to
And also
the
Bhakti
point-
Riksha, what we are doing together.
Bhakti
today.
Riksha. Yes.
Using
We were-
Sankirtana Yajna,
Sankirtan Yajna. Yes.
After
So this is the point.
Any
When
service
we-
to Krishna.
Correct. So when we actually come to understand that these activities constitute devotional service. Okay. Okay. Now let's continue. Realizing
What does
Realizing this,
constitute mean?
that constitute is that we do these activities. Yeah. Let me get the right
that is
meaning.
made up of
Constitute is be of a whole, right? They constitute. Actually, it will be
Part of the whole.
equivalent. Yeah, equivalent to something that constitutes that service.
Oh, so like if you do something, then it like
It is devotional service.
it's progress to your devotion.
Correct.
Like
Exactly.
background.
Okay, Prabhuji.
realizing this, he becomes attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and surrenders to him. At such a time, one can understand that Lord Sri Krishna Mercy is everything, and that he is the cause of all causes, and that this material manifestation is not independent from him. He realizes the material world to be a perverted reflection of spiritual variegatedness, and realizes that in everything there is a relationship with Supreme Lord Krishna.
See, this
Thus, he
is
thinks
so here. See, here Srila Prabhupada now talks about realization. This person now realizes that everything there is a relationship to Krishna. So right now we don't have that realization. We understand, we understand, but then there are times when we are not Krishna conscious, right? There are many times when we are not Krishna conscious. Why does that happen? Even though we have read this knowledge, is because
We're not attached to Krishna.
and
we're
not fully attached, and we have not realized this knowledge.
Yeah.
And how do we realize this knowledge? Like how Prabhuji said, by surrendering. And how do we surrender? When we start doing devotional service. Okay, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, what is spiritual variegatedness?
Variegatedness is variety. He realizes material world to be a perverted reflection of spiritual variegatedness. So in spiritual world, there is friendship, there is love, there is like everything is there. But here it is a perverted reflection of that same variety which is there in the spiritual world.
We're trying to convey that idea,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Correct.
Like friendship and and love would still come with some certain forms of desires in material world, but in
In
spiritual
material
world,
world. Exactly, Prabhuji. You got the point. Yeah.
so where were we? Thus he thinks of everything in relation to Vasudev or Sri Krishna. Such a universal vision of Vasudev precipitates one's full surrender to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna as the highest goal. Such surrendered great souls are very rare.
Yeah, so that is the point. Such surrender souls are very, very rare. Such souls who have surrendered, they are called Mahatmas. Okay, those devotees are called Mahatmas. Okay. Okay.
This verse is very nicely explained in the 3rd chapter, verses 14 and 15 of Shvetashwar Upanishad.
We can go
Sahara
to English. We can go to the English version.
Lord Vishnu has thousands of heads and thousands of eyes and thousands of feet, entirely encompassing the whole universe. He still extends beyond it by 10 fingers breadth. He is in fact this entire universe. He is all that was and all that will be. He is the Lord of immortality, and all of that is nourished by food. In the Changodaya Upanishad, it is said, Na vai vacho na chaksumi na shrotarni na manamste achakste prana iti eva chakste prano hai evatini sarvani bhavanti. In the body of the living being, neither the power to speak, nor the power to see, nor the power to hear, nor the power to think is the prime factor. It is life which is the center of all activities. Similarly, Lord Vasudeva, or the personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, is prime entity in everything. In this body, there are powers of speaking, of seeing, of hearing, of mental activities, etc. But these are not important if not related to the Supreme Lord. And because Vasudeva is all pervading and everything is Vasudeva, the devotee surrenders in full knowledge.
Correct. Right. So the main point, the essence here is that such devotees are very rare. Who are these devotees? Who fully surrender to Krishna. And those devotees are actually called Mahatmas. And how do they do that? By realizing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How do they come to that point? By constitutional devotional service. Right? That is the main point. Okay, any questions or any comments? Vivan Parth? Mataji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol,
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think I asked this question before also, but I still have the same question. It's like how to surrender 100% to Krishna. Because when things comes in our life, we actually kind of just leave the Krishna consciousness and then go towards those things. So how to be Krishna consciousness all the time? How to remember Krishna every single time?
Mataji, it has to be a gradual process. Very, very gradual process. You cannot automatically one fine day become Krishna conscious. It cannot happen. Unless we are like Maharaj Katwanga. Like Srila Prabhupada was asked this question once in Australia. That how long will it take for us to become Krishna conscious? Srila Prabhupada's answer was, within a moment. Can you stop? Within a moment, this can happen. And how this can happen is because, when you completely surrender. And the example is given of Maharaj Katwanga. Maharaj Katwanga was a devotee, very nice devotee. And he was told that you have with a moment to live. Within that moment, in his mind, he automatically gave up everything, full surrender. And he went back home, back to God. Now, the problem for us is that we have been conditioned for so many lifetimes. We have desires, right? So many lifetimes. We have been in this material world for millions and millions of lifetimes. And every time we take a different body, the body changes, but the subtle elements where everything is stored is the mind. And the mind carries our desires from body to body to body.
Really?
So
So if you
whatever.
wanted to desire something now and it never happened, it'll happen like in the next lifetime?
Yes.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Correct. So the desire, whatever activities you do right now.
So what if you desire you want to go back to Godhead?
Exactly. That is the point. Like if you can start to practice that in your mind, and you genuinely want to do it, not like somebody has told me to do it, so I'm doing it. Genuinely, one day in your heart, you will come to the point that this is the only way, which can help me. right? Through our life experiences, through, association of devotees, everybody will come to the point one day that we realize that this is what is the truth, right? And when that point comes, that's when we completely surrender to the process, right? However, we have so many conditionings from so many past lives, right? So it will take time for us to get rid of those desires.
Yes, Prabhuji. So it's a gradual process, but how do you keep yourself motivated? Because some days are good, some days are bad, and I think especially in Kali Yuga there are more bad days than good days. Good days in terms of remembering Krishna, doing
Mataji,
something for Krishna.
main thing is, Mataji, association of like-minded devotees. Growing up, many times, I'm sure you must have heard, your parents must have said, keep good friends, right? Keep good friends. Same thing, right? If your friends are not good, they are cheating, they are into alcohol, they're into drugs, automatically you also will start doing that one fine day, right? Or some elements of that will go into your mind which you want to do, correct? But if you have good association, good friends, and they're enjoying what they're doing, automatically you also will start to enjoy, right? You will start to get that higher taste. So the main thing is association of devotees, reading Srila Prabhupada. So how do you get association? In this day and age, we have association at the tip of our fingers. You go to YouTube, you go to any audio, you will get good association, right? But at the same time, you can also get bad association again at the tip of fingers, right? So both things are there. So the main thing is that, like, let us say we are all right now in the association of devotees, right? When we are in association of devotees, we ourselves like to be in this mode of goodness, right? But when this class gets over and we are all alone, only we know what we are thinking and what we want to do, right? So that is the point. That is the point.
And we're all enjoying right now.
Yes, and that's the reason why Srila Prabhupada has given us such a nice program. Wake up in the morning, do Mangal Arti, chant your japa, read from Srimad Bhagavatam, associate with devotees, have prasadam, right? So slowly when we do all these activities, one day we will start to get taste for these.
Yeah, higher taste.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am. Don't feel disappointed or sad that it is not happening. You are making progress. Think about it from 1 year back. Always you are the best judge of where you are. And all you have to do is you have to think back and see how much progress I've actually made. Because this process is genuine happiness. We have to be very happy in this process. If we are not happy and we are constantly putting ourselves down, that there's so many good devotees, we're not doing it. It's good. You should look up to such devotees, but at the same time, very loving. This is a very loving process. Very lovingly, we have to tell our mind and our heart that, okay, today these were my goals, these were my aims. I was not able to do it. Tomorrow I will do something better. Krishna, please help me. I need your help. I cannot do this on my own. I need your help. I need your mercy. Right?
So Prabhuji, Krishna reciprocates, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I was
have you had moments like that in your life?
Not yet, Prabhuji.
Not yet. Abhinav Prabhu is nodding his head. Have you had, Prabhu?
For sure.
Prabhuji, all the time.
All the time. See,
Yeah.
Jai.
What is the question, Prabhu?
He didn't
Question.
tell me.
And you shouldn't. You should never reveal that, because that is between you and Krishna.
Okay.
Because when you reveal such moments, the potency of that moment goes away.
Oh, okay.
Yes, our acharyas, no, I'm serious. Our acharyas have shared that should not become public. So you have to keep these
No
moments
public.
very, very, it's between you and Krishna, right? So the question is, have there been moments where you have seen reciprocation from Krishna?
What is reciprocation?
Bhakti Premadaji. That was the question.
Like you pray for something and it happens.
Like Krishna, like you asked, like you were praying for something and Krishna has responded to you. Right? Okay. So, yes,
Does
Mataji.
it happen negatively also, Prabhuji? Like, if you don't have good feelings, like I don't want to serve Krishna today because I'm tired or anything like that. So on that day, Krishna also feels like disconnected with you. Does it happen that way?
So, Mataji, think about a parent, a father or mother who loves you so much, right? Even if we as kids, sometimes we are not respecting our parents, we don't have love. Love from parents never goes away. They love us no matter what. They are patiently waiting for us. One day this person will come back. Isn't that true, Mummy? Right? One day, this person will come back. Krishna is like that. He's not just waited for this lifetime. He has waited for us for millions of lifetimes. Millions of lifetimes he has waited that today, maybe Naimisharanya Das might become a little more serious so he can come back to me. He is patiently waiting. He is more eager to have us back than we are. He is missing us. So that is the point. We have to remember that.
Yeah.
Don't feel that, oh, today I have not, served Krishna, so Krishna is not happy. Krishna has waited for millions of years for you. And he's still waiting. He's still waiting patiently that one day these people will come. So there is a very nice book called Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. There is a story of this devotee called Gopakumar.
Oh.
He is a 5-year-old boy. And that whole book actually explains his journey on how he wants to see Krishna face to face.
Face to face.
Face to face. He wants to see Krishna like how I'm seeing you. He wants to see Krishna like that. That is his desire. And it says, then it says at the end, when he actually goes back to Golok Vrindavan, when Krishna sees him, he comes running with his arms open. That now my devotee has come back after millions of years. So Krishna is waiting for you with open arms. One day, we will all go back. And that day will be the most happy day for Krishna. So we should always feel that, okay, every day we have to be very, very motivated, very inspired. If what has happened in the past has already happened, we don't have to worry about it. Now, whatever time is left, we have to try to make the most of it. It says, right, with every rising sun and setting sun, one day of our life has reduced. So it is like a ticking clock. One day has reduced, another day has reduced. Right? But whatever is left, we have to do our best. And if you sincerely follow this process, Srila Prabhupada is guaranteeing us that we can make this lifetime perfect. And what is that? That we will be able to remember Krishna at our time of death. That is the process. Our process is only that at time of death, somehow I have to remember the lotus feet of Shyam Sundar. Exactly. But what happens is at time of death, they say, like we all have got sick so many times. When we get sick, we know how we feel, right? We don't want to do anything. We don't even want to get up from the bed sometimes, right? At that time of death, it's going to be so difficult, so much pain, all our senses will not be working. It will be so difficult for us to remember anything. So we have to prepare ourselves that no matter what, automatically we'll be able to remember Krishna. How do we do that? By practicing now. Like if you have a final exam, and you don't study for that final exam,
You'll get a 0.
yeah, and then final exam happens, what will happen?
You'll get a 0.
0, big 0 you will get.
You'll get 1 0 0 without the 1.
Correct. Exactly. Without the 1. Correct.
You'll get a big 100 without the 1.
But if you practice every day, if you're studying, and one fine day your teacher asks, okay, today's pop quiz, will you be ready?
Yeah, you'll get 100.
That is death. Death. We don't know when death is going to come. Any day it can come. Any moment it can come. Right? Like we were just driving down the road today and we saw, there was an accident. See, everybody's thinking Friday, all right, looking forward to my weekend. Anything can happen at any time. We never know. We have to be prepared for that time. Right? And how do we prepare? We have to prepare gradually, lovingly. So we have to teach our mind like that. Otherwise, like Parth said, it will become
100 without the 1.
correct. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Mataji. Be happy, Mataji. You're on the right track. You have the right association. Prabhuji is there to help, and to keep you corrected. Grihastha ashram is like that. This is like, husband and wife are like mirrors of what we are going through. So it's always they keep you in check. So take advantage that you're in a very, very amazing, environment, that you can grow in this environment. Okay. Maybe we should stop here. Okay. Any other items, discussions? We haven't heard from all the Matajis there sitting on the stairs. Looks like all of you are very happy. Please share something.
Hare Krishna, everybody. That was Pranam. We are having a party in Vasudha Mataji's house.
Hari Bol, Mataji. Yeah, I know. I was seeing all of you are like smiling, happy. Please share something. What is going on?
Yeah, lot of prasadam is waiting.
That's gracefulness is coming out of it.
Nice. Okay, Mummy, would you like to share something?
No, I would only say, it's a very good class, and we are every day, every class, we are spiritually getting elevated. So I would like to thank each one of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
Thank you
Mataji.
for making the. Thank you
Prabhuji,
for
we
making
wait
the
every day
effort.
for this class.
Hare Krishna. Me too. I also look forward to seeing all of you.
Yeah. Now Friday is like a happy day because it's a class time. So we look forward to that.
Very
Thank you
true.
so much for making it so
Prabhuji,
helpful for us.
it's a pleasure doing business with you, Prabhuji.
Pleasure doing business.
What did Parth say?
What did you say, Parth?
Pleasure doing business.
Although, we are in different places, but we feel, that we are all together.
Yeah.
Connected.
Like in one room.
Yeah.
In one house, but in different rooms.
Yes, exactly. All right. So
Okay.
now let us sing Narsingharti, and we'll have Vivan lead us into Narsingharti because he looks very excited.
Very powerful. Then
Okay,
she's
start.
Namaste.
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, नाथ महाराज की जय, टैगोर प्रेमानंदे